Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be seeing what football stars NBA players would be. So let's get right into it. If I had to compare Michael Jordan to one player, I'll probably most likely compare him to Lionel Messi, because Messi is the GOAT of football and Michael Jordan, for a lot of people, is the GOAT of basketball. Both of them have perfect resumes. They have won everything there is to win in their respectable sports, so it's a comparison that makes sense. Another basketball player that I would also compare to Lionel Messi is Steph Curry. This is because both of these guys are very short for their sports, but they still have a generational impact, and their play styles are complete as well. Steph Curry, he can shoot, he can handle the ball, he can dribble, he can play make, he can do everything. He's the greatest shooter of all time. And Messi, he's got a complete skill set as well. He can pass, he can dribble, he can play make, he can score. And Messi is the greatest dribbler of all time. So in terms of their play styles, they're very similar. Now moving on to LeBron James, the perfect football comparison for him is Cristiano Ronaldo. Both of them have insane longevity. Both of them take care of their bodies to the highest level. Both of them are very powerful, strong, tall for their sports. They're freak of natures, they're athletic. So I think this is a perfect comparison for sure. And their resumes in their respective sports, it speaks for themselves. They accomplished everything in their sports. And now for Kyrie Irving, the most obvious comparison is Neymar Jr. The way they play their sports, it captured a generation's imagination. Both of them bring joy, so creative, so imaginative. Kyrie Irving's handles and dribbling is some of the best we've ever seen. Neymar Jr., what he can do with a football is just insane. Both of these guys are pure entertainers. They represent what everybody loves about sports. They're fiery, and there's a lot of parallels in their careers as well. Kyrie Irving, you could argue that he played the best basketball of his career with the GOAT LeBron James, and you could also say the same thing with Neymar. He played the best football of his career with the GOAT Lionel Messi. So they're very similar, but the reason why they're very similar to each other is because they entertain and they bring joy to sports. And for the next player, Victor Wembanyama, the perfect comparison is Lamine Yamal. Both of them are generational talents in their sports. Both of these guys are extremely young and they've accomplished so much in their careers already. Lamine Yamal, he's already won a couple of La Liga titles, he's won a Euros, he's won a World Cup. And Victor Wembanyama, he's been to an NBA Finals and he's also won a Defensive Player of the Year. So this is a great comparison. For Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best comparison for me is Erling Haaland. Both of these guys, they've got a great personality off the pitch and on the pitch or on the court. Both of them are extremely effective. They might not be the most skilled players, but they are dominant and they're inevitable. Giannis, with his athleticism, with his fluidity of movement at his size and his just dominance on that basketball court, he's going to dunk over everybody, he's going to run over everybody, and he's going to score. And the same thing with Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's scoring instinct, knowing where to be at the right time just to finish those goals. Both of these guys are specialists and they're very, very good at what they do. For the next player, Kawhi Leonard, I think the perfect comparison is Gareth Bale. Both of these guys are so similar. First of all, they're freaks of nature. Kawhi Leonard, he has big hands, he's strong. Gareth Bale, he's as fast as anybody in football history. He's strong. And the crazy thing is, both of these guys were viewed as defenders. Kawhi Leonard, when he first came to the NBA, was really a defender. Gareth Bale, he wasn't an attacker when he first started football. He was a fullback. So they're very similar in that sense. And both of these guys have delivered in the biggest moments. Kawhi Leonard has won 2 championships. Gareth Bale has won multiple La Ligas. And he showed up on the biggest stage in the Champions League. So both of these guys are very, very similar. The next player I'm going to be talking about is Kevin Garnett. And the perfect comparison is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Both of them are extremely tall, very athletic. They move very well for their size, and they also love to trash talk, and they got great personalities. So it is a very thin comparison for sure. And for Kevin Durant, a great comparison is Robert Lewandowski. First of all, both of these guys are snipers, very versatile when it comes to their shooting. KD, he can shoot the three, the mid-range, can get to the paint. Robert Lewandowski, he's a very versatile goal scorer. He can score inside the box, outside the box, headers, poachers, finishes. He can do it all. And they've got very similar parallels to their career as well. Kevin Durant, he moved from OKC Thunder to a direct rival in the Golden State Warriors. And Robert Lewandowski did the same thing as well. In Germany, he moved from Borussia Dortmund to direct rival Bayern Munich. So both of them are very similar on the pitch as well as their decision making in their sports. For the next player, Draymond Green, who would the perfect football comparison be? And that would be Sergio Ramos. It's so obvious. First of all, both of these guys are arguably the greatest defenders in their sports ever. Both of them, they give you leadership, they give you the intangibles, and both of them, they know how to manipulate the game. However, one negative about both of them is that they do pull off shenanigans. Sergio Ramos, red cards, Draymond Green ejections. Some of their plays on the court are questionable, but both of these guys are all-time football and basketball players, so you have to give them that. The next player I'm going to be talking about is the reigning finals MVP, reigning champion Jalen Brunson, and a good comparison for him in terms of football is Di Maria. Let's look at this. Di Maria, he has an all-time career. He's won everything. One of the best footballers of his generation. He's so underrated. And the most important thing is, like Jalen Brunson, Di Maria delivers in the clutch moments. Di Maria scored a goal in the Copa America final for Argentina. Di Maria scored a goal in the 2008 Olympics final for Argentina. Di Maria scored a goal in the World Cup final for Argentina. And Di Maria, he was the best player in the 2014 Champions League final for Real Madrid. This guy delivers in the clutch moments, and so does Jalen Brunson. So it's a great comparison in my humble opinion. Next up, the perfect football comparison for Jayson Tatum is Jude Bellingham. Both of these guys, they can do a bit of everything on the court. Jayson Tatum really doesn't have any weaknesses to his game. He's just a complete basketball player. Same with Jude Bellingham. He can just do a bit of everything. And both of these guys, they always do the right thing. They say the right thing. They're literally the perfect faces for their sports. So yeah, they're very similar. And next up for Anthony Edwards, the perfect comparison is Vinicius Jr. Both of these guys, they're not afraid to speak their minds, first of all. And secondly, on the court or on the pitch, they're explosive, they're flary, they've got a lot of talent, and they're still very young. But they've already achieved that superstar status, whether it be football or basketball. So I think it's a great comparison. Next up for Luka Doncic, I think a good comparison is Kylian Mbappe. Both of these guys have achieved so much at a young age. However, they still have something to prove. Kylian Mbappe, he still needs to win a Champions League, and Luka Doncic, he still needs to win an NBA championship. But they are so skilled, they're so complete in their respective sports, and yeah, both of them are very similar ages as well, so I think it's a very fair comparison to make. For my next player, Nikola Jokic, it was very difficult to make a direct football comparison with, but I did at the end of the day, and it was Andre Pirlo. I think they're very similar in terms of the fact that they play at their own pace, they're very creative, they're incredible passers, but Jokic does have a lot more to his game. Jokic is an incredible scorer, great touch around the rim, can play make. For me, in my opinion, he could be the greatest offensive player I've ever seen in my lifetime. That's how good he is. So for Jokic, I think it's a disservice to compare him to only one footballer, but I did. But if I had to compare him to other footballers, probably Sergio Busquets, Zidane, those types of players. But yeah, this was probably the most difficult decision I had to make. And for the final player in this video, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the perfect comparison in football is Ousmane Dembele. Both of them have emerged quite recently in terms of playing at the highest level. Shai's done it for around 3 to 4 years. Dembele's been doing it for around 2 to 3 years. Both of these guys have won the best individual awards in their sports. Dembele with the Ballon d'Or, Shai with the MVP. And both of these guys have won at the highest level in terms of team accomplishments as well. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won an NBA championship. Ousmane Dembele, he's won the league in France and also has won the Champions League, which is the main trophy. So they're very similar, and their play styles are quite similar as well. They're both very slippery and slithery. Shai, especially in terms of his handle, how he operates in the pick and roll, very crafty. And Ousmane Dembele, he's a very crafty dribbler as well. Likes to do a lot of fake shots, can finish with both feet. Shea can play with both hands as well. He can finish with the left and the right. So they're very similar in terms of their career trajectory and also their play style. Now we're at the end of the video. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you would make any other comparisons that I missed. Let me know if you disagree with some of my comparisons. And yeah, we're at the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and peace.